We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance by our Johnson Principal, Tasha Robertson. Let us stand.
Yes. Welcome to Johnson. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence, please. Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Start off with our recognitions and good news awards. Mr. Barker.
Okay, I would like to announce the FSD Student Artist of the Month. The artist for this month is Case Robinson. He is currently at Freedom Intermediate School. Case, if you want to come on up, I'm going to talk about your piece. This month's Artist of the Month is Case. His work was submitted for consideration by his Moore Elementary School art teacher, David Reynolds, right before summer break. His winning selection was created in a lesson that encouraged Case and the 4th grade artists to explore the art-making technique of oil pastel. Various color palettes and line styles were used to create these artworks with a focus on texture and line, which are two of the elements of art. Paying special attention to each artist's technique helped create these beautiful and special works of art. Case's artwork, along with the work of several other Franklin Elementary artists, is on display at the central office. We extend a heartfelt thank you to Chuck Sugg and Sonic Drive-In for their invaluable support in sponsoring the Student Artist of the Month program again this year. Their contribution has made it possible for us to recognize and celebrate the artistic talents of our students with a generous gift card. Well done, Case.
I forgot to give Casey a certificate. Sorry. I was worried about getting you that gift card.
Thank you. And now for recognitions, Ms. Bell.
Will Miss Lori Morgan please come forward? We are excited to announce that the School Nutrition Association has named Lori Morgan, Food and Culinary Services Manager from Poplar Grove School, the Manager of the Year for Tennessee.
Wow.
I believe Sublette, and you know who Sublette was. He was an outstanding manager in Tennessee as well. And nationally, he's recognized with this award. They changed the name of it. I was going to be disappointed they didn't leave her on here because she is a Tennessean. So this award is given out in every state. And you have won this one. And we're proud of you.
Well, let me keep bragging on her if you don't mind. This award recognizes the dedication, ingenuity, and compassion shown by cafeteria managers who have excelled in providing high-quality, nutritious meals to students throughout the school year. Ms. Morgan provides creative, Miss Morgan, yes, thank you. Yes, I would love it. Yes, Miss Morgan. Miss Morgan promotes teamwork, friendliness, and creativity in her kitchen, and regularly provides creative offerings and promotions to students and staff. She has overseen the summer meals program for the past 5 years. She often represents the school cafeteria at parent nights and open houses to share what is new in the cafeteria, attend school nutrition professional learning, and holds her staff to very high standards of cleanliness, organization, and food safety. We now welcome food and culinary arts supervisor and yada yada. What we were going to recognize through that route. But again, Lori, we're so proud of you. Congratulations.
Townsend?
Is there a Dr. Alicia Erickson in the house? Please come up front. We are thrilled to announce that FSD Poplar Grove Elementary School Principal Dr. Alicia Erickson has been named one of 9 finalists for the 2024-2025 Tennessee Principal of the Year Award. The finalists represent each of the state's Center of Regional Excellence, that's CORE, regions, with 3 finalists in each Grand Division, West, Middle, and East. As a finalist, the committee has found that Dr. Erickson has displayed outstanding service in education and exceptional leadership that drives overall improvements in her school. In addition, she has demonstrated a proven track record for exceptional gains in student learning. Winners for each Grand Division and the Tennessee Principal of the Year will be announced this fall. Please give it up for Dr. Alicia Erickson.
And next, we have Kiara Cricht, Jeremy Maxwell, Michael Stanley, Shelley Robinson, and Amber Whitley. Recognize them. Thanks to these 5 talented employees, Franklin Special District kicked off yet another fantastic opening day with a video production that included 2 songs, choreography, student representation, at least 9 different shoot locations, and many, many hours of video editing with the NBC hit television show The Voice as its inspiration. The opening day video was a 4-chair turn, yes it was, and Ben Rector's Brand New as the title track was the perfect choice. Ms. Cricht, Mr. Maxwell, Mr. Stanley, Ms. Robinson, and Ms. Whitley were consummate professionals, and the FSD video production team truly captures our new slogan of special things happen in special places. Thank you.
I had one other recognition tonight, even though the 3 of you that just recently won re-election will be recognized and sworn in next month at our September meeting. We wanted to congratulate you for your victory. Mr. Blair, Mr. Townsend, and Dr. Barker, congratulations.
Public input. There's a podium to my left. Is there anyone here for public input? Seeing no one, we declare that public input is now closed. Reports and presentations. Dr. Decker.
Yes, sir. So speaking of the opening day video, the spotlight from Teaching and Learning tonight shines on the 2024 opening day. A treasured Franklin Special tradition, opening day, particularly the opening general session, is truly a celebration of all that makes our district so special, as well as the symbol of a promise. It is an annual acknowledgement of our promise to provide the very best educational experience for our students, and a promise of our dedication to ensure every student and employee feels a sense of belonging. It is an opportunity for all to begin the year on the same highly motivated page. For the last several years, the general session was held in the marvelous FSD Performing Arts Center. As much as we enjoy having any chance to utilize that space, district staff received feedback that employees missed having everyone together for that event, which used to be held in the original Poplar Grove gym. For this reason, and because this opening day was a bit different in that it would be the official kickoff of our new branding and strategic plan, Aspire 2029, the general session took place in the Rolling Hills Community Church auditorium. It was exhilarating to gather as a district once again to commemorate the start of a new and exciting school year full of so many possibilities. The audience received a stirring welcome and an explanation behind the rebrand from Dr. Snowden, warmly applauded new employees who were introduced by Dr. Esslinger, and were thanked by myself for their input that played such a huge part in the development of Aspire 2029. Liberty Elementary School music teacher Ms. Brooke Lunsford sang an inspiring rendition of the national anthem, and the Cub Scouts who presented the colors and led the Pledge of Allegiance fulfilled their duties in an excellent manner. Summer Carlton, who oversees all district professional learning days, introduced our keynote speaker, Tyler Way, who spoke movingly to the power of teamwork, the maximization of potential, improving lives, and producing meaningful outcomes. The opening day performance by the FSD leadership team has come to be a fun expectation, and for the most recent few years, it has been presented in video form, so nobody has to perform live. With nods to a certain extremely popular music competition television show you heard earlier, and Ben Rector's song Brand New, students and administrators from all 8 schools sang and danced their hearts out, and leadership team members underscored their efforts to support the district and each other by lip syncing and dancing a little bit to Bruno Mars' Count on Me. A second video that highlighted both the distinguished past and the luminous future of the FSD and introduced the new branding, including a refreshed logo and acronym, marked this fresh beginning in our quest for excellence. To quote the FSD brand promise, students first, excellence always, no exceptions. After the general session, attendees had the opportunity to have their photo taken or to take a selfie in front of screens emblazoned with the newly introduced district colors, logo, and the tagline, "Special things happen in special places." They then headed back to district buildings to participate in various professional learning sessions targeted to specific grade levels, content areas, and high-quality instructional materials. By grade level, educators and staff also collaborated around best instructional practices in district-wide meetings. Excuse me. This approach is frequently requested and greatly valued for its substantial impact on student learning. The 2024 opening day was memorable and filled with meaning for numerous reasons, and all that occurred was in service of another new tagline: excellence has its own district. Thank you.
Comments, questions? All right, thank you. Dr. Esslinger?
Good evening, everyone. You have your construction report that's getting shorter and shorter each month, and that's a good thing in my book. It gives you a video review of the central office. We finished up the projects that were at Freedom Middle, Franklin Elementary, and Poplar Grove kitchens with our new freezers and coolers. They are complete and done. We're happy to have them. Our food and culinary services are moved in and they're in operation. But I'll welcome any question regarding the central office complex if you have any.
I was going to mention that I went back and looked at some of the previous videos, aerial videos, and I thought mine was going off. And what a difference! What a difference a year makes. If you go back and look at July of last year and see what July of this year looks.
Did you go back to where they were demoing what we called the rancher, the brick building?
No, now I need to go do that again.
You go back to the demo of the brick building, then moving the dirt around, and it's a fun process to watch.
It is. So thank you for those. We really appreciate that.
That's all nut bolts.
I know.
I'm not flying a drone.
But I know
week.
you'll pass on that.
I will.
Appreciate
That's
it.
all. They provide those still images, time-lapse photography, and the drone footage, and they put that together for me each month.
Any other comments, questions? Thanks, sir. Approval of the board agenda, is there a motion? Second. All in favor? All right. Approval of the consent agenda, is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Second, Ms. Barker, all in favor? So, business before the board, Dr. Snow.
Yes, our first item is policy revision, student transportation management 3.400. This is a second reading. TSBA has provided language in the model policy regarding a recent change in legislation found in Public Chapter 122, which went into effect July the 1st. This year, this new state law requires boards to issue certificates to bus drivers. These certificates may be revoked if the bus driver is no longer fit to operate a school bus. In addition, Public Chapter 548 requires notices to be posted on buses stating that only authorized individuals may enter. Other revisions remove duplicate language and bring the policy to current practice. As per Mr. Alexander, all school district transportation supervisors were included in a virtual meeting within the last couple of weeks to further discuss this policy revision. The Department of Education informed them that the mental evaluation was a part of the annual physical evaluation process. The questioning by the doctor includes generic questions related to the overall health and well-being of the individual, which fulfills the mental aspect of the requirement. Additionally, the attached form that you have will be used going forward as a certificate for bus drivers. Board members will receive notice of driver certification in each month's HR reports. HR report. There were no changes on first reading. We recommend approval of the second reading.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve? Mr. Stillings, is there a second? Second. Townsend, is there discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you.
Item 2, policy revision, library materials 4.403. It's a second reading. Public Chapter 782 revises the Age-Appropriate Materials Act of 2022. These changes to state law establish standards for immediate removal of material if it contains content defined in TCA 3917-901. Additionally, if the board does not take action on feedback within 60 days, the student, parent, guardian, or employee who submitted the feedback may appeal to the State Textbook and Instructional Materials Quality Commission to evaluate the material. There were no changes requested upon first reading. We recommend approval of second reading as presented.
Sir, is there a motion to approve? Make a motion to approve. Townsend, is there a second?
I'll second.
Dale, is there discussion?
Clarify that these changes were made based on the new state law requirements, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not putting any additional requirements as a district on our librarians. They do a great job already, and so these new law, comes directly from the new law.
And I just wanted to comment that we gave it this extra time because we wanted to get feedback or to see if there was a need to get feedback, and I didn't get anything that made me question it, so I'm prepared to move forward.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Not, all in favor? Thank you.
Item 3, policy revision, grading system 4.600, second reading. TSBA has updated their model policy to reflect the changes of the latest legislation, implementing a lottery scholarship day for 8th graders. The lottery scholarship day, as we understand, requires our schools with 8th graders to share information about the Tennessee lottery scholarships to all parents as their children transition to high schools. We've also brought updates to our policy and standard language and practice with this revision. There were no changes on first reading. We recommend approval of the second reading as presented.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve? I'll make a motion to approve. Ms. Newman, Mr. Stillings, second. Is there discussion? All in favor? Thank you.
Item number 4, policy revision, promotion and retention 4.603. Also a second reading. TSBA has provided recommendations for updates during the past from the last legislative session. 2 new state laws make further changes to promotion and retention. Public Chapter 829 allows parents, guardians to voluntarily retain their students in grade K2 if the student has a documented academic or behavior delay and the parent guardian believes retention may benefit the student. Additionally, Public Chapter 989 creates a new promotion pathway to the 5th grade for students facing possible retention in 4th grade. Under the new law, when certain students do not meet adequate growth on the ELA portion of the 4th grade TCAP test, a committee including the student's parent guardian, ELA teacher, and principal will convene to determine whether the student will be promoted or retained. Each category of participants in the committee may make a recommendation to promote or retain the student. For example, if 2 parents attend the committee meeting, they still only get to contribute 1 of the 3 total recommendations. If at least 2 of the 3 committee members agree that the student is ready for the 5th grade, then that student may be promoted, provided they participate in mandatory tutoring for the entirety of their 5th grade year. There were no changes upon first reading. We recommend approval of second reading as presented.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Ms. Bell, is there a second? Mr. Townsell, is there discussion? All in favor?
I just wanted to say, just to say it again, we talked about this last time, but this also is being revised due to some new state legislature laws.
Yes.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Thank you.
Next is Policy Revision Code of Conduct 6.300, second reading. Public Chapter 882 requires that assaults on school property be immediately reported to local law enforcement and the Director of Schools. TSBA has incorporated the modified language in Tier 4 to reflect this requirement. Additionally, Public Chapter 915 creates a separate category of assault for school discipline purposes. For example, it is distinct from aggravated assault or assault that results in bodily injury. Based on this change to state law, the list of offenses to clarify this distinct offense have been incorporated into this policy revision. There are no changes on first reading. We recommend approval of the second reading as presented.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve? Mr. Stillings, is there a second? Second. Mr. Townsell, is there discussion? All in favor? Thank you, sir.
Item 6, new policy, family life education. This is a second reading. Several changes to state law impact instruction on family life curriculum. Public Chapter 571 requires that information on internet crimes against children be incorporated in this instruction and that the name of the instructor be reported to the Department of Children's Services. Separately, Public Chapter 795 requires that family life curriculum that covers human growth, human development, or human sexuality include a video of fetal development. Finally, Public Chapter 970 prohibits instruction on topics related to sexual activity for students in grades K through 5. There were no changes requested upon first reading. The administration recommends approval of second reading as presented.
All right, thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve? Ms. Newman, is there a second? Ms. Bell, is there discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you.
Item 7, new policy, use of artificial intelligence programs, 4.214. It's also a second reading. Public Chapter 550 requires all boards to adopt a policy on the use of artificial intelligence for instructional and assignment purposes. TSBA has created a new model policy that covers this topic. As this is an emerging area of technology, TSBA recommends working closely with the district staff to ensure implementation aligns with board policy. More updates to this policy, I said may, I'm certain shall or will be forthcoming as this area of law and technology develops. There were no changes requested upon first reading. We recommend approval of the second reading as presented.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Mr. Townsell, is there a second? Ms. Barker, is there a discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you.
Item number 8, a new policy as well, opioid antagonist, 6.4052, second reading. Public Chapter 629 requires that opioid antagonists be stored in accordance with the manufacturer instruction and states that school district staff may not prohibit individuals from possessing an opioid antagonist on school property or off-campus school events. TSBA has updated their model policy 6.4052 to reflect these changes, and we've added that policy based on legislation. There were no changes on the first reading. We recommend approval of the second reading as presented.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Bell, is there a second? Ms. Newman, is there discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you, sir. Director of Schools report, Dr. Snow.
Yes, I was going to talk a little bit about opening day celebration, but Dr. Decker covered that. We certainly appreciate the board members who could make it for being at that event. It was a great event. As we told individual faculties when we visited the next couple of days, that after that traffic, we know, was a problem getting in and getting out. So we're working on some things that would help. It's not going to alleviate the traffic, so to speak, but it might alleviate our opportunity maybe to come, not alleviate, but help some decisions being made when we start or how we conduct professional learning that day. So thanks for being there, and we're looking forward to a great school year. Got a great kickoff. First student day, students returned with a half day last Wednesday, with return to full day on Thursdays. Our kindergartners will come this week. They're in the phase-in process, and they'll begin full-time, as I said, later this week. Final FSD summer feeding recap: a total of 6,720 breakfasts and 11,472 lunches were served on the 34 weekdays between May 28th and July the 19th. Meals were served through Summer Learning Academy, Young Scholars, WEMAC, Franklin Boys and Girls Club, and Franklin Housing. Johnson Elementary was our open site where families could walk in and have breakfast and lunch. This year we had 162 children and 12 adults at our walk-in site. These were the total numbers of meals. We did not track by individual. In this scaled-down summer meal program, we still were able to keep a positive balance. Summer MAC recap: our MAC summer program was a great success again this year with 261 students enrolled. Our theme of Here Comes the Sun was explored during sunshine and splashes, gardening, zoo, and shark weeks. Students participated in STEM, art, and reading activities as they learned more about each of these topics. We also had visits from the Williamson County Health Department, the Nashville Zoo, Foam Fever, and local artist Shannon Haas. MAC would like to extend their thanks to the Food and Culinary Services Department for providing our students wonderful breakfast and lunch meals throughout the summer. They would also like to thank the administration and staff at Johnson Elementary for making accommodations for MAC and for all their support to help make this summer a success. Story time at FES recap: the story bus stops were replaced this summer, as you know, with story time at FES. With a library full of good books, comfy surroundings, and helpful FSD adults, it was a wonderful summer. We had 112 visitors to the library, even though we were only open for business 2 days per week. Chuck Sugg, owner of our local Sonic, came through for us once again with Sonic coupons for our young readers to take as they left. It was interesting how many parents opted to stay this time and enjoy the library with their child. In addition, the visitors were all FSD students, which is not the case when the story bus is at the regular stops. Thank you for your continued support of literacy efforts in the FSD. Excellence really does have its own district. Thanks to Dr. Looney and her staff for the organization. And as an update, the interior renovation of our story bus will be completed, and we are going to be able to pick it up this Friday. So, and then of course we still have to address the exterior of the bus, but we're working on that as well. But the goal is to have it fully renovated and ready to roll as soon as possible. That's all I have. Thank you.
Labor Day holidays?
Was that?
Labor Day holiday? Any comments?
Well, no.
Okay.
I think everybody knows when that happens. It was on the list, but.
It was on the list. All right, Dr. Decker, anything?
No, sir, thank you.
Dr. Eslinger?
Yes, you all have your financial reports from finance administration departments in your packets. We have a August collection. The first collection of the year shows a 1.6% increase over the last year's same time period. So we're starting off the year so-so, but that's the report.
Any comments, questions from the board? Seeing none, we are adjourned.